And we have J. Radhakrishnan, Tamil Nadu Health Secretary, joining us live right now on this special broadcast. The COVID vaccine dry run will be conducted at 11 centres in 4 districts tomorrow in Tamil Nadu. There will be 3 centres in Chennai, 3 centres in Nilgiris, 3 in Tirunelveli and 2 in Punamalle. So thank you very much for joining us live on this broadcast. Mr. J. Radhakrishnan, if I could ask you, how is Tamil Nadu gearing up for the dry runs? How are you gearing up for the vaccination, in fact? And can you break down the dry run, the details of the dry run that will take place in 11 centres and in 4 districts tomorrow?
See, first of all, we have added 1 more districts and added 5 more centres and 1 in the existing district. So we are doing it in 17 sites in 5 districts. So basically, as you know, my previous speaker, also esteemed speaker, was also mentioning, Government of India has been, at a regular interval giving these guidelines. We have had trainings. So we have identified as and when the real vaccine comes, the cold storage centers, 51 cold storage centers at the higher level walk-in coolers are ready. Similarly, sub-district points are ready. But the dry run is more to ensure that the healthcare workers, they are whom we are targeting first, whether the systems goes right, the planning and the preparedness for doing the thing, including inspection of physical sites, whether the waiting area, the vaccination site and the observation site, these are all in place. Whether the internet connectivity, because the entire thing is end-to-end, IT linked, those kind of things, plus of course the vaccination team, 5-member team, whether they are oriented, and the theory, the number of sites, like we have identified 47,000 sites ultimately, and 21,000 vaccinators. From the theory to practice to the people whom we have to actually now give, healthcare workers, are we ready? So that is the purpose of dry run. As and when the vaccine comes, based on the priorities outlined by the Government of India, next to frontline workers, next to 50 years and above, based on the thing, then of course those with comorbidity and the general population also, we are ready.
Mr. Radhakrishnan, we are talking about the challenges as well that come with this mass vaccination program that is likely to take place. I'm sure the government of Tamil Nadu has also identified the challenges which would come up in this entire exercise. And how would you expect, how are you hoping to overcome these challenges?
See, the first challenge which anybody should rightfully expect is with regard to the cold storage points. So from the month of June itself, we have augmented the walk-in coolers, especially the 2 to 8 degree kind at the bigger district. We have a state level vaccine center and the district level points. Similarly, as again earlier speakers would have mentioned, because I joined in between, we have the experience of having run the universal immunization program. In all these things, this being a new vaccine, 2 challenges will be there. One, there is a curiosity among people to get vaccinated. Even beyond priority, people are asking us, why don't you vaccinate us? Second is certain vaccine hesitation. So that is another challenge. So these 2 challenges are being dealt. Then the most important challenge is to prepare for any adverse event, even if somebody feels giddy. So that can be blown up. So the kind of preparedness which we should have in the observation room in case to deal with anaphylactic shock, these are all, many adverse events can easily be managed. Those kind of thing. Plus, of course, a number of frequently asked questions are coming up with people. So for that, 104 has been, we have sensitized people to answer them. What is the priority? What kind of thing has to be done and all. It's basically a 360 degree we will have to look at. And Government of India also has been regularly interacting. In fact, even today evening, we had a session.
Yes. Right, like you rightly pointed out, that there's a lot of curiosity amongst people in terms of vaccination, because also, Mr. Radhakrishnan, we've seen a lot of vaccination programs in India in the past as well, which have been very successful, but this would probably be one of the rarest adult immunization programs that India would be carrying out. So I'm sure that will be a challenge as well. But also, how would you answer the questions to the people who ask you questions on how soon would the general public get vaccinated? Because right now the priorities are set. It's the healthcare and the essential workers first, followed by the senior citizens. So when you talk about general public, how would you answer that question?
See, in Tamil Nadu, Honorable Chief Minister, one thing she has given total freedom is just go by public health experts and the Government of India and WHO guidances. We have a medical expert team. Most important thing which he said is please keep communicating the issues. Why such a priority is there? Obviously, we need to understand that when the guidance was given, healthcare workers, they are the actual people dealing with patients who are positive. They're the maximum risk. They have the maximum risk. Next is the frontline workers. So the prioritization is not random or just like that they have done. Frontline workers are those who actually work in the containment areas, work and actually deliver services. If they get impacted, the entire services on this disease containment and all will get workers like municipal workers, police, revenue department and ICDS workers who actually do the second level activity apart from those in the hospital, at all levels. Then aged population, if you look at, common sense says that most of the comorbid cases who get more complicated, almost 78% people who are aged have comorbidities. So that is another target. Then of course those below 50 again is another, though with comorbidity is a target. Then general population is there, and once you get a phased kind of supply and the regularity of supply as and when the Government of India regulatory bodies clear it, I am sure we should be able to achieve the 20% target which we have. This we have to communicate. We keep communicating with the public on a regular basis about all the guidances.
Yes, and Mr. Radhakrishnan, while you're talking about communication with the citizens as well, it is a mammoth task that India is going to undertake. The vaccination is going to be a huge task akin to an election process is how it is being compared. So a coordination, a certain level of coordination with the center is also very important, isn't it? And we've seen how there has been a sort of coordination with the central government as well of the states in terms of setting up logistics or procurement of vaccines and all those processes. So if you could also outline, if you could give details to our viewers of how the logistics of this vaccine would work. What would be the level of coordination undertaken as far as vaccine supply to each state is concerned?
See, to the best of my knowledge, this is a dynamically changing exercise. As and when we get the approvals, by the Government of India give approval, they will be allocating the doses. But the point is that Government of India has been regularly, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. In fact, to be very honest, first meeting was even at the level of Honorable Prime Minister has addressed the Honorable Chief Minister through video conferences. Subsequently, Government of India has been in regular interaction with us. Based on it, we have formed 4 level committees. At a state level steering committee headed by the Chief Secretary involving the inter-departments and the NGOs. A state task force headed by me along with all the departments, which actually does at the district level, collector level committee and the block level committee. As you rightly said, it's an election level process. The plus point of states like Tamil Nadu and all is that, earlier also we had augmented. There is an organization called as Tamil Nadu Medical Service Corporation. As a default mechanism, Honorable CM said that parallelly keep augmenting this walk-in coolers and all. So though we have a massive universal immunization program, we need to keep augmenting. So as and when the Government of India supplies, they would either supply to the state and district headquarters, the secondary level transportation, then to the tertiary points, 47. Those kind of things, we are in regular interaction with Government of India. They have been very supportive. They have been giving technical consultancies also on a regular basis. Most importantly this time, it is based on a very big IT platform. That is what they have introduced so that it is foolproof. So that training is also parallelly going on.
Yes.
It is a challenging issue, but definitely we have to, when you are tackling COVID, we need to accept that these challenges will be there. There will be doubting people, but we have to face it. And this is a non-medical method is a sustainable thing like mask and all, physical distancing. But these vaccines are the next way forward, for which, everybody is eager, including the affected public.
Yes. And Mr. Radhakrishnan, before I let you go, I would like to ask you one final question about the CoWIN app that is being talked about in this entire dry run process as well as the vaccination process. If you could just give our viewers a sense of what this app is and what the Government of India as well as the state governments hope to achieve by using this app.
See, one is, ultimately everything is based on a registration process. So now when we look at healthcare workers, tomorrow for that matter, we have got, 17 places at dry run. So 25 such people. And so there will be a first man looking at identifying first whether the individual is the person who is claiming. Then we will upload it in the app. For that, today also there was a technical training session. It is going dynamically. Then similarly, the SMSs will reach. So it is basically, one is registration. We have already registered the healthcare facilities and the healthcare workers. Almost 100% registration is over. Most of all the states, in fact, we get to know the progress of all the states. Similarly, based on this sample of 25 odd people in the sites, we will be able to see whether the site, the actual thing is happening. Similarly, SMS is being received. So this training also today for all the district officials, Government of India took it between 2 to 4 p.m., which was attended by most of our people. We have also, they have a technical desk also supporting us. Plus we have our own Director of Public Health having these facilities to do the training of trainer process, which started much earlier, is being taken ultimately to the grassroots level. One, to the 21,000 vaccinators which you have identified. Second is the potential people as and when we come to the stages. Yes. Initially healthcare workers, we have identified 6 lakh people. That would be the process.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. J. Radhakrishnan, for joining us live on Republic TV and sharing this information with us. And we wish you all the best for the big exercise that is going to be carried out tomorrow and the entire mass vaccination program as well. Thank you very much.